a number of political prisoners of Gohar Dasht in the city of Karaj wrote a statement about the family of Peyman Arefi, a political prisoner whose wife and mother tragically died in a car accident whilst returning after visiting him in prison. These political prisoners gave their condolences to Peyman Arefi and his family, whilst condemning the inhuman policies of the authorities in Iran about exiling, torturing, and executing political prisoners. The families of political prisoners who are sentenced to death had planned to travel to Tehran in order to form a gathering in front of the Supreme Leader's office to protest against the conditions of these prisoners. However, on Monday the 2nd of December 2013, these families were threatened by Rezai, who is one of the intelligence officers in Sarandaj, who ordered them not to travel to Tehran. Families of 4 Sunni prisoners who are sentenced to death met with the judiciary, executive, legislative officials and submitted their letters to these authorities.
News indicate that the mobile app WeChat in many ISPs such as Telecom, Mobinet and Irancell are filtered. It is worth noting that WeChat is a mobile social network founded by the Chinese company Tencent and has more than 300 million users around the world. It is more than a week since the detention of Dr. Ramin Abdalian Iranshahi, and yet there is no information on his situation. The reason for his detention is for a book written by him called Behind the Nowhere of Life, which is based on the 8 years of war during the presidency of Mr. Bani Sadr.
Over the past few months, a woman's prison called Qarchak Varamin has been short for hot water suitable for bathing. This prison has about 1,900 female prisoners jailed for various crimes.
According to reports, on Thursday the 19th of December 2013, 2 prisoners accused of rape were hanged in the Lakan prison in the city of Rasht. Last week, the General Relations Justice of Semnan province announced the execution of 2 prisoners accused of drug trafficking. These 2 were sentenced to death by the Islamic Revolutionary Court. One of them was accused of carrying more than 392 grams of different types of crack cocaine, and the other carrying more than 3 kilograms of heroin. Mehdi Malaki, a member of youth organization of Pan-Iranian Party, was arrested by the security forces. 4 social activists by the names of Behzad Asyai, Kaveh Rahimi, Arash Kamanche, and Parveen Zandi were each sentenced to 1 year imprisonment by the Branch 15 of the Revolutionary Court in Tehran on charges of propaganda against the regime. News suggests that on Wednesday the 25th of December 2013, the flogging sentence was carried out in public in the city of Dehdasht in the Kohgoliye and Buyar Ahmad province on 3 criminals. These 3 were sentenced to flogging on charges of participation in robbery, theft of electrical wires in shops, and disobeying security officers.
9 political prisoners in Section 350 of Evin prison were banned by the prosecutors from taking part in the University of Payam Nur examinations. محمد صادقی کبودوند، امید کوکبی، فرشید یداللهی، حمید اسلامی، امیر بهروزی، افشین کرامپور، مهدی دولتی، مهدی فاضلی فر, and Sina Azimi were some among the prisoners who were deprived of taking part in the examinations. According to reports, Mohsen Barzegar, a student activist from the Nushiravan Babul University of Technology, was arrested by the city prosecutor's enforcement department to receive a sentence of 2 years imprisonment. On Sunday, the 22nd of December 2013, the security forces went to Mohsen Barzegar family home in order to arrest him. Last week, students of University of Science and Technology formed an outdoor gathering to commemorate those who were killed during the May 2009 demonstrations.
The prison authorities refused to allow Farhad Salimi, a Sunni prisoner, to leave for funeral after his father passed away. The intelligence officers simultaneously forced into 4 Christian converts' houses, and after this interrogation, they seized their books, computers, and religious notes. During the past week, Anwar Qureshi Kurd from the city of Divan Dare was arrested by the intelligence officers and transferred to an unknown location. Hossein Gurji, a Sunni clergyman from the city of Mahabad, was summoned to the headquarters of the intelligence office and was threatened to be imprisoned if he continues teaching in the Mahabad mosques. Recently, the pressures and threats by some of the religious extremists and Basij groups on the dervishes' congregations in the city of Neyriz in Fars province has started. It is worth mentioning that, even though the recent pressures and threats towards dervishes have increased, their praying congregation has not stopped. On Tuesday the 24th of December 2013, 92 intelligence officers from the city of Gorgan, with a warrant to arrest Mojdeh Zohuri, the wife of Farhad Fahand, a Baha'i prisoner in Rajai Shah prison. The intelligence officers entered the residence of Mrs. Zohuri by force, searched through her belongings, and confiscated religious books, mobile phones, and some other personal items before arresting and taking her to an unknown location.
A group of Haftepe sugarcane workers protested against the non-payment of 2 months' salary and their annual bonus by gathering at the factory's premises.
Furthermore, 500 workers of polyacryl factory of Esfahan once more gathered in the factory for the 3rd round of their protest in response to the employer's policy and downsizing the factory and decision-making of the employer based on separating the factory. It has been reported that Habibullah Muhaqqaq, a labor activist in Semnan, on the 22nd of December 2013, spoke of the redundancy of 150 workers of Samand Tiles and stated that these workers' insurance cover payment have been delayed for over 8 months. Furthermore, on Sunday the 22nd of December 2013, the Department of Natural Resources of the city of Sanandaj fired 11 workers working at the nursery of Gorize without giving them any reasons. In the morning of Tuesday the 24th of December 2013, hundreds of employed and retired workers in Tehran gathered in front of the Islamic Parliament in support of the House of Investigation of Social Organization.
News suggested that a group of telecommunication workers of the rural areas of Isfahan, Khorasan, and Fars state have protested in front of the Islamic Parliament. The workers' representative of the Penguin Carpet announced 3 months delay in the payment of the salaries of more than 50 workers due to the lack of financial resources.
Saeed Kamali, a prisoner in Zahedan prison who was forced to do electrical work in exchange of having a day off, was electrocuted and passed away. It is worth adding that he did not have any electrical experience and was not provided any safety equipment. On Tuesday, the 24th of December 2013, 8 prisoners in Rajai Shah prison who had been sentenced to death in Karaj were transferred to the solitary confinement to be executed. Muhammad Reza Pourshajari, a blogger in Karaj Central Prison, was admitted to the Tehran Khomeini Hospital.